Also tonight, they are men of the cloth. They are also suspected pedophiles. A legal team today releasing the names, faces, and backgrounds of 13 priests accused of sexually abusing children within the Buffalo Diocese. This map, provided by Jeff Anderson and Associates, paints a shocking picture of where these suspected predators were placed within the diocese. Our chief I-Team investigator, Charlie Speck, has been following this story from the very start. Charlie, this law firm has a real reputation for tackling tough cases just like this within the Catholic diocese, really across the country, right?
That's right. Mr. Anderson, known by the church as El Diablo for his tenacity in prying loose some of the most secret documents in the entire Catholic Church, well, he and his legal team are now bringing their fight to Buffalo, where they say bishops have been hiding heinous crimes from their own parishioners for decades.
That the Diocese of Buffalo has embraced secrecy, and that secrecy has bred shame and silence, and that has hurt individuals.
Those strong words from an out-of-town lawyer pierce 5 decades of secrecy within the Buffalo Diocese. Attorney Michael Reck, joined by former priest Patrick Wall of Minnesota, did what Buffalo bishops Head, Manzel, Kimmick, and Malone all refused to do: publicly name 13 former priests in Western New York suspected of sexual misconduct with minors.
We're talking about rape, we're talking about sodomy, forced oral copulation, all kinds of ugly things that, you know, those of us raised in the Catholic world don't want to talk about those crimes. But that's what our clerics were doing. That's what, you know, brother priests were doing.
Many of the names had been publicly revealed through court filings over the years, but had never been put in one place. Now, even with the 13 names identified in this report, that leaves at least another 40 clerics who at one point have been accused of sexual misconduct. A list of those priest names and those secret files remain under lock and key at diocesan headquarters. As public pressure mounts, Bishop Malone is out of town at a conference, but his spokesman said a decision on whether the diocese will release those names is expected very soon.
The time for thinking about doing the right thing is done. It's now time to actually do the right thing.
Wall, a former Benedictine monk who spent years cleaning up abuse cases inside the church, says it would only help the victims.
And that would be a great service to survivors, because that way, for at least the diocese to acknowledge that priest was an offender would be a tremendous help in their salvation and their own peace of mind.
If the diocese doesn't respond, Rex says he may sue, as he did on Long Island, where he argued the secrecy created a public nuisance and jeopardized public safety.
And the diocese now is on the cusp of doing the right thing. And we would urge them to take that step, turn that corner, and do the right thing.